Hello, this is Matthew Horton again. God bless to those who believe and to those who do not. Good morning. How is your day going? And this video has to do with the older generation versus the younger and why we need to start trying to, get along and respect one another and stop looking down on each other, or at least the older generation needs to stop doing that. And also the older generation needs to stop saying we don't have no common sense, because y'all are just mad because we don't use our minds the way y'all think we should use our minds, and that's kind of wrong because we're not all born with the same mind or the same way of looking at life. Thing is, in an honesty, y'all way of living and ours are two different ways. When y'all were younger, y'all couldn't speak y'all mind, y'all couldn't say what y'all felt, so now y'all feel as though it's okay to tell us, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about, you're wrong, you're stupid, you're dumb, you're not going to amount to nothing, you have no common sense, when in reality, we actually do have common sense. It's just our common sense is not what you think it should be. All you older generation people need to understand one thing. Y'all and us are two different people. We're all human. One generation's not better than the next. No one's higher or lower than anybody. Simple fact of the matter is we're just a generation who's made to speak our minds and say what we feel, because now we don't care and we can, and no one's just going to shut us up or tell us we don't know nothing. Y'all generation fell under that because, well, basically stating y'all didn't have a choice. We don't got a choice, but we just choose to be like, you know what, respect is earned, not something you just have to give someone because they're older than you. Older people need to understand this. The younger generation is trying to do better. The older generation, y'all already, did what y'all wanted to do. Now we gotta do the same. Y'all had to learn and we gotta learn. Y'all had to y'all had to go through stuff just like us. Nobody's perfect. You're not born with wisdom. A lot of the time people have to do dumb things to learn. And also this whole thing with the technology difference, every generation had technology. It's just down through time the technology advanced more. So now a lot of the older generation thinks that, oh, your generation's only smarter than ours because y'all had technology and we didn't. Newsflash, everybody's generation had technology. Back in the 1900s, there were cars, there were television, there were radios, there were phones, everything of that nature. Only difference is stuff advanced over time, so things are getting better and much easier to use. Calculators existed back in y'all time. Phones did, the light bulb did. Nothing is new to this world. Everything's just changing. Also, to the older generation that says, oh, you guys have no common sense. No, we have common sense. We just don't use it how y'all think we should use it. And the other thing is, too, stop trying to put the younger generation down. For one, y'all always say we're lazy and we're no good and we don't do nothing, but when we're trying to do something right, you don't support it, and then you say, oh, you think you're going to get somewhere like that? That's not going to get you nowhere. But when you see us doing wrong, then you want to mock us or talk down to us. It's like either you're going to give us advice on how to do right, or y'all just going to have to let us do what we think is best. Because sometimes I do believe some of the older generation hides wisdom from us because they just fear us doing better than them, because they think if we do better than them that we're going to leave them behind and forget about them, and a lot of the older generation is threatened by that. Plus, a lot of the time, if you see a younger person out here doing the wrong thing, it's not because they're choosing to, it's because they're either led to or no one taught them better. Or sometimes they're just, they're just curious as to, why I shouldn't do this or why I shouldn't do that. And the older generation needs to understand you are alive and you have wisdom for a reason. You're supposed to pass that torch to us. So everything that y'all didn't do, we can do. Whatever y'all did, we can, collaborate on. A lot of the stuff that y'all messed up on, we can make better. And the thing with that is, the only reason it's harder for the younger generation to get anywhere is because of a lot of the stuff that the older generation messed up that they won't admit that they did. Like, for example, There was one time in history where to get a car, all you had to do was sign a piece of paper, drive the car off the lot, but the older generation kept taking advantage of that, getting DUIs, getting into car crashes, getting pulled over for driving too fast. Now we gotta get permits, licenses. You can't drive after a certain hour. You need somebody to be a passenger with you. If you're 18, you need somebody to drive with you. Back in the day, it was never like that. Back in the day, school was a whole lot different. Back in y'all time, you actually got to learn things so you could become someone. And now, since the system done took so much out of the school, now you can only learn what you can learn, and if you can't learn, then you're screwed, basically. You can't do nothing about it unless you go on YouTube or something and learn how to do it yourself. And a lot of the time, the older generation forgets that y'all had a lot of the tools that we didn't have. Y'all learned it, now we gotta figure it out. So stop saying we ain't got no common sense. Pretty much all of us got common sense. It's just like y'all, we gotta learn how to use it. Nobody's perfect. Nobody was born perfect. And this whole thing about, oh, you need to go to college, oh, you need to get married, oh, you need to start a family, that's just stuff people say that because they think that's what happiness and success comes from, having a big car, having a big house, a white picket fence, and all this. That's not really everyone's happiness. There's people that are happy being homeless. There are people that are happy just, making minimum wage. There's people that are just happy with a small house, with no car, with a family. Reality is, people set a standard and then expect everyone else to meet it, and it doesn't work that way. Life is different for different people. Some people are happier just living. Some people are happier not living. Some people are happier just doing whatever they want to do. You telling someone that they have to live to a certain standard as an older person to a younger person, y'all say college is what you have to do. College is not always something that makes people happy. There's a lot of people that don't go to college and they're still successful. There's people that go to college and they are not successful. College has a lot to do with an American debt thing, which people don't tell you. That's why tuition's raised and it's lowered, because America's trying to pay for its debts and it's using our money to get it done. And the school system's nothing more than a robotic programming center to make sure that when you come out that either you're prepared or you're not. A lot of the time they repeat the same lessons to keep you stupid, because they know that it only takes about 6 months to get all of your knowledge out of you, lose it, come back and you have to relearn it again. So older generation stop saying the younger generation has no common sense. That's not true. It's just a lot of the things that y'all have we do not have. And here's the funny part too. Y'all said we ain't got no common sense, and y'all said we wouldn't last a day in y'all generation, but most of y'all can't even last a day in ours. That's why a lot of y'all keep getting killed by these youngins, because you think you can talk to them any way you want to. And y'all just think, I'm older than you, you owe me respect. No, respect is something that you earn. It's not something that you're given. If a young person has to, if you have to demand a young person to give you respect, then you obviously didn't earn it. So don't expect what you don't give. And also, older people need to realize that the younger people are, the 21st century is our generation, so y'all want our help with technology and helping, carry your groceries up the steps. You want us to help you clean out your cars or go shopping for you or whatever it is you need young people to do. Start respecting them. A lot of young people need advice from the older generation, so give it if it's needed. A lot of the older generation need our help doing physical and technological stuff, so please, respect what you expect to get back. That's all I'm saying. And yeah, that's it. Goodbye.